What is up, Billy Buzz fam? Get ready to dive headfirst into the whirlwind of what's hot and what's next, because the news cycle is moving at warp speed, and we've got the inside track on the stories that matter. From the evolution of streaming superstardom to the grit and glory of the boxing ring, we're bringing you the unmissable updates that are shaping culture right now. Think you know the path to fame? Think again. We're breaking down how the game has changed, revealing the surprising turns careers are taking, and shining a spotlight on the performances that are absolutely electric. Plus, we're heading to a major film festival to uncover the real stories behind the silver screen magic. This isn't just news, it's your front row seat to the moments that define entertainment. Don't miss a second, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you're always in the loop. Let's get into it. The new Hollywood hustle. Forget the old playbook. The path to stardom in the streaming era is a wild, unpredictable ride, and it's completely splintered. We're talking about how a new generation of stars is navigating the complex landscape, moving between massive streaming hits and surprise blockbuster movies. Take Sydney Sweeney, for example. She's dominating on streaming, but then she absolutely blows up in a romantic comedy feature film, proving you can conquer both worlds. Then you have Millie Bobby Brown, a true Netflix phenomenon whose career is largely defined by her work on the platform. But what happens when you're the breakout co-star in a massive rom-com, and suddenly Hollywood is calling you the next big thing? That's the story of Glen Powell. He was already building a solid resume with supporting roles in films like Top Gun, Maverick, and Hidden Figures. But after his turn in Anyone But You, the hype machine kicked into high gear, labeling him the next Brad Pitt. He had Hitman ready to go, and since then, he starred in the massive Twisters sequel and is set to remake a Stephen King classic, The Running Man. He's also lining up projects with directors like Ron Howard and Judd Apatow. But here's the kicker. Powell is now tackling a football comedy where he plays a disgraced figure who tries to reinvent himself after an on-field gaffe by staging a comeback as a doofus savant. It sounds wild, right? Even established stars like Brad Pitt are balancing big-budget blockbusters with streaming appearances, but often with a noticeable dip in star power relative to their salaries. The supporting cast in Powell's new project, Chad Powers, includes Steve Zahn and Toby Huss, which might indicate a more niche appeal. Powell's comedic timing is undeniable, and this premise could be genuinely entertaining, though it feels like the core idea might only sustain about 30 minutes of inventive fun. We'll find out on September 30th if this gamble pays off, or if it's quickly forgotten, much like Brad Pitt's War Machine. So, is this the new blueprint for superstardom, or a flash in the pan? Stick around as we dive into the incredible transformation of a boxing icon and the real story behind her upcoming biopic. The knockout transformation. Sydney Sweeney is ready to pack a serious punch with her latest role, undergoing a remarkable physical transformation for the upcoming sports biopic, Christy. This film is set to premiere at the prestigious Toronto International Film Festival on September 5th, and it promises to be a deep dive into the life of a true women's boxing trailblazer, Christy Martin. Directed by David Michôd, the movie isn't just about her prowess in the ring. It's a candid exploration of her identity as a queer woman and the harrowing true story of her ex-husband's violent attempt on her life. Penned by Michôd and Mura Fowlkes, the official synopsis highlights the film's commitment to tackling difficult themes like misogyny, domestic violence, and sexual identity, aiming to do justice to Martin's journey by confronting the obstacles she faced head-on. The real Christy Martin herself was actively involved in the production, collaborating with the filmmakers and Sweeney, offering an invaluable layer of authenticity. Martin launched her professional boxing career back in 1989 at the young age of 21. Hailing from West Virginia, she earned the fitting nickname, the coal miner's daughter. Even as a teenager, she was a formidable athlete, earning a basketball scholarship before transitioning to the boxing ring in the late 80s. Her dedication and talent were recognized with inductions into multiple halls of fame, including the International Women's Boxing Hall of Fame in 2014, the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame in 2016, and the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2020. Throughout the 90s, Christy Martin was the undisputed face of women's boxing, often fighting on undercards alongside legends like Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, and Julio Cesar Chavez. By the time she retired in 2012, she had an astounding record of 49 wins, just 7 losses, and 3 draws. Her personal life was as tumultuous as her career was triumphant. In 1991, she married her trainer and manager, James "Jim" V. Martin, played by Ben Foster in the biopic. Their relationship was marked by a significant age gap, with Christy being 22 and Jim 47 at the time of their marriage. Their union was plagued by substance abuse and a constant cycle of financial, physical, and psychological abuse. The most chilling chapter came on November 23, 2010, when Christy was brutally attacked by her husband at their home, suffering multiple stab wounds and a gunshot. Miraculously, she survived, and Jim Martin was apprehended a week later after a self-inflicted stabbing incident. He was convicted of attempted second-degree murder and received a 25-year prison sentence, passing away in prison in November 2024. Christy has since found happiness, remarrying her former boxing opponent, Lisa Holwine, in 2017. The film, Christy, is being hailed as a fierce tale of self-actualization in the face of terrifying adversity, with Sweeney's portrayal already being called a career best. The world premiere at TIFF is highly anticipated, setting the stage for what could be a major awards contender. From the ring to the red carpet, the stories behind these cinematic journeys are truly captivating. Now, let's shift gears to a film that's aiming for that cult classic status, drawing parallels to a Tarantino game-changer. The slow-burn cult classic. Paul Walter Hauser, an actor known for his captivating performances, from his Emmy-winning role in Blackbird to his scene-stealing turns in I, Tonya, and Richard Jewell, believes his latest film, Americana, has the potential for long-term success, drawing a powerful comparison to Quentin Tarantino's seminal debut, Reservoir Dogs. While Americana might not be an immediate blockbuster or a critical darling upon its initial release, Hauser is confident that its impact will grow significantly over time, finding its audience gradually. In a candid interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Hauser shared his vision for the film's future resonance. It's still going to be one of these movies that will have long-term success. He elaborated on this sentiment, stating, "I know people are going to stumble upon it, and it'll become some 13-year-old's favorite movie in 3 years, and it'll be like what Reservoir Dogs was for me at their age." This comparison is telling. Reservoir Dogs, upon its 1992 premiere, wasn't a box office smash, but it meticulously cultivated a dedicated cult following that profoundly influenced a generation of filmmakers and cinephiles. By invoking Tarantino's early work, Hauser suggests that Americana possesses a similar DNA, capable of becoming a touchstone for viewers who discover it later rather than sooner. Even without massive financial success, Reservoir Dogs achieved a respectable 67% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, demonstrating that critical acclaim can also grow with time. Americana, written and directed by Tony Tost, is described as a gritty crime thriller that masterfully blends elements of noir and Western storytelling. It premiered on the festival circuit, garnering praise for its distinctive atmospheric style and a strong ensemble cast that includes Hauser himself alongside Sydney Sweeney, Eric Dane, and Halsey, who makes a notable appearance after her recent role in Ma XX Sign. The film essentially weaves a narrative tapestry of crime, familial bonds, and the raw struggle for survival, tapping into a uniquely American mythos while providing ample space for its talented actors to deliver compelling performances. Hauser's conviction in the film's enduring appeal suggests it's a project worth seeking out, whether for its immediate impact or its potential to become a future favorite. As he suggests, the seeds of a cult classic might have already been sown, waiting for the right moment to blossom. It's fascinating to see how films can find their audience over time, much like a slow-burn narrative. But what happens when a festival debut is also a major awards season contender? We're heading to TIFF to find out. TIFF's star-studded opening. The Toronto International Film Festival, North America's largest movie event, is kicking off its 50th edition with a bang, bringing Hollywood heavyweights like Russell Crowe, Sydney Sweeney, and Daniel Craig to the forefront for highly anticipated world premieres. While TIFF may not possess the historic glamour of Cannes or Venice, Its sheer scale and its role as a crucial launchpad for Oscar campaigns make it an unparalleled draw for A-listers, critics, and massive public audiences alike, offering an 11-day spectacle of red carpet galas. This landmark anniversary year sees an impressive roster of talent descending upon Canada, including Matthew McConaughey, Paul Mescal, Angelina Jolie, and Anya Taylor-Joy, complemented by the European flair brought by acclaimed French directors Romain Gavras, Claire Denis, and Arnaud Desplechin. Among the standout world premieres, Russell Crowe is set to deliver what festival organizers are calling a nuanced and eerily charismatic performance as Hermann Goering during his trial in the historical drama Nuremberg, sharing the screen with fellow Oscar winner Rami Malek. TIFF's director of programming, Robin Citizen, noted the unexpected nature of Crowe's portrayal, stating, "The unexpected part of this performance is you don't expect to be disarmed by this person, who you know has done horrible things. And then, through the course of the movie, you are." Sydney Sweeney is also poised to make a significant impact, aiming to pivot from recent public attention surrounding an advertisement controversy to potential Academy Award contention with Christy. This gritty, raw biopic of U.S. female boxing pioneer Christy Martin is generating considerable buzz. Citizen predicts, "I think this is the role that's going to make people take notice again of the actor that she is." Adding to the compelling true-life narratives, Matthew McConaughey stars in The Lost Bus, an emotionally searing action thriller where he plays a character who rescues schoolchildren from California wildfires. With an estimated 400,000 annual attendees, TIFF has always championed an audience-first approach, showcasing a mix of crowd-pleasing blockbusters and serious awards contenders. This year also marks the return of Netflix's popular Knives Out franchise, with Daniel Craig reprising his role as the master detective in Wake Up Dead Man. Josh Brolin is set to portray an unnerving demagogue with a devoted cult following in a film that tackles current issues in a fun, locked-room, classical plot way, according to Citizen. The festival will also feature a significant French contingent, with Matt Dillon appearing in Denis' drama, The Fence, Alice Winokur collaborating with Angelina Jolie for the Paris fashion drama Couture, and Romain Gavras' celebrity climate change satire, Sacrifice, starring Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Evans. Comedic offerings are equally star-studded, featuring Keanu Reeves in Aziz Ansari's body-swapping farce, Good Fortune, and Channing Tatum as a real-life fugitive hiding in a Toys R Us store in Roofman. Brendan Fraser portrays a lonely actor available for hire at events in the Tokyo set, Rental Family. Toronto also welcomes select films from the Telluride Festival, including Paul Mescal as a young William Shakespeare in Chloe Zhao's Hamnet, and Colin Farrell as a gambler pursued by Tilda Swinton in Edward Berger's Ballad of a Small Player. Guillermo del Toro brings his Frankenstein adaptation fresh from Venice. The festival also boasts musical talent venturing into film, with J Balvin making his acting debut in Little Lorraine and Charlie XCX appearing in Sacrifice and Eruptia. Baz Luhrmann will premiere E. Pisces, Elvis Presley in Concert, featuring unearthed footage of Elvis Presley. TIFF runs until September 14th. From the star power of TIFF to the indie buzz of Americana, the film world is buzzing. But before we sign off, let's quickly recap the biggest headlines that have dominated the week. And that's a wrap on another packed edition of Billy Buzz. We saw how stars like Glen Powell are redefining the path to fame in the streaming era. Sydney Sweeney is transforming for a powerful boxing biopic. Americana is aiming for cult classic status, and the Toronto International Film Festival is kicking off with a star-studded lineup. Don't miss out on any of the action. Make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on. Hit like if you enjoyed this, drop a comment telling us which story you're most excited about, and follow us on all social platforms for even more exclusive content. We'll catch you in the next one.